Hello guys, Sports Banner 38. I am Coach Carroll, and I had to do another video today just simply because we got a UFC event coming up tonight. I think it's 229. Hold on just a second. Okay, 231 actually. It's UFC 231. It is Max Hollaway defending his title against Brian Ortega. And from a straight skill standpoint, this is the absolute best matchup the UFC can make right now, in my opinion. I'm a heavy follower of MMA, specifically UFC, and you know, I've been a big fan of Max Holloway for years. Brian Ortega he's come up here the last couple years, and he has been absolutely dominant. He is a very, very, very good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu expert or tactician, and the guy is amazing. And then you add in another factor that he is a good boxer. He's got good striking. He has a lot of power for the 145-pound division, and you know, and what makes this fight so great? They're two extremely high-level fighters, but they're not the same type of fighters. Holloway is a more you know, volume striker. He gets a lot of shots in. You know, he's good at his feints. He's good at his head movement. It's hard to get good shots on him, and he basically just wears you down until you just drop, and then he goes in for the kill, and he is very good at that. He is, as far as a fighter IQ, he could very well be the smartest fighter in the UFC. He knows exactly what he needs to do. He knows how long it's going to take him, and he's patient about it. But at the same time, he's a go-getter. He goes at you. He brings the fight, as does Brian Ortega. Both of these guys are two guys who they're not going to dance around. They're going to go at it from the get-go, and you know, they're both tough fighters. I could see it going the distance, but I'm having a hard time seeing it go the distance. I honestly believe we're going to have a fight that goes, you know, 3 or 4 rounds probably. So that's still going to be longer than a normal fight possibly, but you know, it's going to be fireworks from the get-go. Going to the ground game, Holloway does have a good ground game. He's very good on the ground. He's good at jiu-jitsu. He's good at the ground and pound. However, he's not as high level of a Brazilian jiu-jitsu tacticianist as Ortega is, but he is good enough to be able to defend submissions. I believe that he'll defend, as long as he is coherent and he's not hurt, he'll be able to defend the submissions pretty good. Now, if he gets hurt, he's still the type of guy who stays calm and can defend those submissions. But against somebody like Brian Ortega, it's a lot more dangerous. Let's just put it that way, to get in those positions if you're not got all your faculties with you at the moment. So as far as him submitting Ortega, I don't see him doing that, unless, again, if Ortega is hurt. If he stuns Ortega, I can see him getting in like a rear naked choke or a guillotine or something like that. But Ortega is the best. He's probably, in my opinion, he's the best Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tacticianist in the UFC right now. So there's a good chance he'll be able to stay calm and work his way through even if he is hurt. But someone like Holloway is good enough to take advantage if you're not 100% at any given point. The other fight is it's the 125-pound championship fight between Joanna Jacek and Valentino Shevchenko. I apologize if I'm saying these names wrong. They're both foreign fighters, both very good fighters, both very skilled. JJ's coming up from 115, and where she was the champ for a few years, and she defended it about 5 times, I believe. and Shlemenko's coming down from 135. So they're kind of meeting in the middle, so to speak. So I do believe this is going to be another great fight. Just those two fights alone are good enough for this card. So if you're an MMA fan, and you know, college football isn't going to be on like it has been the last however many weekends, so this will be a wonderful substitute if you're in the MMA. Anyway, guys, that's all I got. Like I said, I think the Holloway and Ortega fight could be, like, on paper, it's one of the best fights in UFC history, you know, minus the hype. It's not one of those hype fights where everybody is so familiar with these two guys, but when it comes to skill level and fighter style, the way they both bring it, it doesn't get much better than this, if at all. So if you're an MMA, UFC fan, you know, this is one of those you're going to want to tune into. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and that's all I got. So please like, share, hit the subscribe button. Also leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the fights, and I'd love to hear your feedback. Guys, this is Sports Banner 38, and I am Coach Carroll, and we are out.